guys, it's Day Sims, and welcome back to my channel for part 15 of the Sims 4 Big Sister Challenge. So in this part, as you can see, we're starting off in the Villarreal household, and we're going to be giving Max a makeover, and then after that, I have a little bit of a surprise. We're actually going to be going into Shawn's household, and we're going to kind of learn a little bit more about his backstory. So let's go ahead and just hop into this little guy's makeover. So I do want to give him a skin just because I'm obsessed. Oh, that sucks. I might have to wait till he's a teenager. That's fine. I didn't know I couldn't do that for kids. No worries. So for his outfits, he seems to really like wearing black, so I think we'll do that. I really, really love this little jacket here. I think it is so badass. It is so cute. Or we can give him the shirt with the giraffe on it because giraffes are life, but you know. Oh, that's even really cute. I don't know if I would probably put that on him just yet, but let's go ahead and do that shirt. He's so small. He's a small little kid. And I really don't have any custom content for kids. I definitely have to work on getting some more. Don't really see him wearing those pants. I don't know if they have any plain ones. No, those are kind of weird. We might just have to go with these like baggy ripped jeans almost. And we can keep his shoes. And then I want to change your eyebrows. I don't want to give him super girly eyebrows though. That might work. It's kind of, I might even give him just regular EA ones. That's a little bit better. He just looks so like pissed at the world. I don't know why. And then hair. Let's see what I've got. Yeah, I really don't have anything for the kitties, which is, it's fine. Ooh, we could give him that. I know I like never change my Sims. I want to make his eyes a little bit bigger because I'm like obsessed with my Sims all having gigantic eyes. Oh, that is way too big. Way too big. There you go. And then the actual pupil. There, that looks a little bit better. Oh, he looks so happy. Okay, that works for his everyday outfit. And then for formal, what are you wearing? That's fine. Athletic. That's all right. Sleepwear, perfectly fine. Party. Look at you. I'm digging the glasses. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as it is. So this is probably the fastest makeover I've ever done on camera, but that is Max's little makeover. So not much has changed, mainly just his outfit, and then I made his eyes a little bit bigger and changed up his eyebrows and his hair. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and accept that. So that literally took me not even 3 minutes. I am very, very proud of myself for that. So yeah, you guys also really seem to enjoy the last part. I'm super excited about that. Let's go ahead and do that. So basically with Shawn, as you guys know, we live over here in the Rando household with Avery and Aspen, and Shawn actually lives over here. So he lives in a household of a whole bunch of guys, and basically his backstory, it's kind of difficult. So Shawn, the people that he lived with, those aren't necessarily quote-unquote friends. They're not relatives of him at all. Everyone's kind of just their own person, if that makes any sense. Like no one's related in any way. So basically with Shawn, he doesn't live with his parents. He actually is from Willow Creek. He lived in Willow Creek previously, and his family lives out in Willow Creek. But as you can see, he's living over in Oasis Springs. So why would he be living separate from his family? So basically, the idea that I had for this is that this is actually a group home. So Shawn, as you guys know, just in case you guys didn't know his traits, you can go to the bathroom while I'm talking. That way you don't pee yourself. But basically, for his traits, he's evil, hot-headed, and of course dastardly because he has the public enemy aspiration. He has been the type of sim to pretty much do whatever it takes to get his way. And if that means stealing things, or if that means doing things that he really shouldn't be doing, then he's been doing any means possible to get what he wants. And when I say that, I mean anything. So usually whenever people are in a group home, it could either be through the foster care system or it could be through a juvenile detention type of center. So instead of him going to juvie, he's been put into this household with a bunch of other kids, trying to get him to realize that he should be a better person. So this guy here, Gerardo Streeter, he is actually their psychologist, kind of like life coach almost. So he lives here in the house with all the boys, and he mainly just tries to look out for them, make sure that they're on the right path that they should be on. And once he feels that they've changed, and once he feels like they're actually ready to be in the world and to be a good person in life, he's able to let these guys leave, give them some money to buy a house, and they're kind of just on their own from that point. So all of these guys are all teenagers besides Gerardo. He is a young adult, and this is actually the first time that he's been doing this job. He just graduated college, so this is his first time really into the field of, I guess it's considered psychology, but like I said, he's more of like a life coach. He's more here just to help these guys out. And of course, he knows everything about their pasts. He's been given their case files, and he's been reading up on all of these guys. But one person in particular who stands out is going to be Jared Wolf, and then of course, Shawn. These two guys are kind of similar in the aspect that they were really thieves. They would steal things. They would argue with their parents nonstop. They've had the cops called on them several times, and they just aren't good people. And that's kind of the thing. Why are you guys all just standing out here? Like, I have no clue what you all are doing. I'm pretty sure my free will is all on. But that's kind of the thing that Aspen was starting to feel. She knew that there was something off about this guy, but she just couldn't really pinpoint what it was. I'm just gonna have, I guess, all of them watch a movie or something. I don't know why they're all standing outside. It's super weird. You can come inside, guys. Like, come on, you live here. But like I was saying, so basically this is his big secret. He doesn't want anyone to know this. Like I said, he goes to a separate school than Luna does, so that's why Luna really doesn't know anything about him. These guys all just moved into this house. The court or whatever in Oasis Springs bought this house and allowed these guys to move in just because it's better for them to be in a house environment. Why are they all standing? What are you guys doing? It's better for them to be in a house environment than to be in juvie, which would be pretty much the next step for these guys if this household doesn't work out. So they're hopefully trying to be better people and hopefully trying to make things work for them. So basically this house is just a house that was in Oasis Springs. I really didn't change anything about it. It kind of already had like a really low-key vibe to it, so I just left it as is. Only thing I changed is upstairs so that we could have enough beds. So this room is going to strictly be for Gerard, so I'm going to go ahead and lock this door. Lock door for everyone but Gerardo. That way he's the only one that's able to get in there. And then I got rid of the computers and things like that, and all the guys are able to pick whichever bed they want to sleep in. So I'm going to go ahead and get everyone to start going into bed because they're pretty tired. So you guys can all just pick your beds. Everyone can climb into bed. Okay, and then we have these last two guys over here. And then, of course, Gerardo is going to go to sleep up here. All right, so everyone has kind of been situated with beds and things. So they all go to the same school. Like I said, they don't go to school in Oasis Springs. They actually go to a different town to go to school just because in the town of Oasis Springs, the school that they have is really, really full. And they've had a lot of issues with kids. I don't know, I guess acting out is the correct word. So the only condition for these guys to be able to live in Oasis Springs is that they would go to a completely separate school, which is what they've been doing. And so far, it's been a couple of months that these guys have been here, and so far things seem to be okay. I know, Pumpkin, go to bed. Things seem to be okay. No one's really acted out in any type of way or done anything wrong. There's only been a couple of fights here and there, but nothing that would cause kind of means for these guys to be thrown out of the house. They are actually able to be thrown out of the house. Like I said, if there's really any huge confrontations, really, really big bloody fights and nonstop yelling and stealing and things like that, then yes, they can be thrown out of the house and they would immediately be put into juvie. So this is kind of their last stop, technically. So them being here, they should take full advantage of this. They should be grateful for this and try their best not to completely ruin everything. So it's about 6 a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and have Gerardo come downstairs and make these guys some breakfast. He's basically their caretaker, so he has to pretty much do everything for them. And he's done a pretty good job so far, if I do say so. Like I said, there haven't been too many confrontations with all of these guys. But the main two that I guess are your quote-unquote troublemakers are going to be Shawn and Jared. These two, it's kind of hard to describe how they are with each other. No one really talks to each other, so there's not that big of like friendships being made. But I could definitely see some type of tension arising between Shawn and Jared. So why don't we have Jared come over here? Are we able to, I just saw it. I just clicked out of it. Let's see. Are we able to call you over? We can. Why don't you go ahead and call him over? So Shawn's going to go over here, just kind of wondering what he wants. And at this point, I'm sure that the guys are starting to learn that Shawn has been seeing Avery, and Avery's a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And I'm sure that these guys are starting to get a little bit jealous of, Shawn actually starting to do a little bit better in life. So what we're going to do is Jared, not romantic. I did not mean to click that. Jared is going to go ahead and yell at him, and he is going to mock his music taste. And what else can we do? Insult him, basically make him feel like trash. The idea of what Jared is kind of doing is that he's trying to piss off Shawn to the point where he wants to fight. And Jared knows that if they have a fight, most likely Shawn would be kicked out. So these two have been kind of going back and forth and bickering. So it's not necessarily just one-sided. Go ahead and jeer him. He's getting angry. And he's already a very mean and hot-headed sim. So I'm sure that this is kind of just egging him on to begin with. Go ahead and be a little more mean. Let's mock his outfit, even though he's just wearing boxers, weirdly enough. So as you can see, Shawn's definitely starting to get angry. Very, very, very angry about this. And I'm sure that Jared's probably not saying very nice things about Avery and saying that she's, an HOE and an SLUT. And really, she's just garbage. And this is upsetting him because, surprisingly, Shawn cares about Avery, but his past is something that he isn't really able to get rid of. And honestly, he's still not, I don't want to say good enough, but he's not to the point where he's able to fully commit himself to her. I mean, yes, they're dating, but that's more for her. That's more of her, wanting the label and her wanting a name for them than him. So why don't we go ahead and brush him off. And hold on, I just don't want them to go to school yet. Everyone's heading off to school. I don't want these guys to go to school just yet. Why don't you go ahead and rile him up and basically just fight him. These guys have been bickering on and off. It's finally time that they just fight. This has been something that has been needing to happen, and it's just an explosion of emotions right now. And it's not necessarily good emotions. These guys, one thing that they have is that they're not good at expressing their feelings, and they're not good at, I guess, using words to not necessarily fight each other, but I mean, using words is a lot better than actually physical confrontations. So I'm going to have Gerardo come upstairs really quickly. Oh my god, they are just getting down. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell who's winning. I honestly can't even tell who's winning. Dude, stop. I think Shawn's winning? I'm not really sure. It's really hard to tell. Oh my gosh, guys. This is the longest fight. Oh my god, he lost. No way. He lost? No way. Jared and Shawn now despise each other. That is awful. Actually awful. So, why don't we go ahead and rile them up a little bit. And at this point, Gerardo is actually seeing them fighting, which is like one of the biggest rules that you are not able to break. So, they're already late for school, so Gerardo's basically just saying, you know, whatever you guys are having, whatever issues you're having, just stop and go to school. You guys don't want to be kicked out of this house. That's the last thing you would want, because if you guys get kicked out of this house, your life is pretty much over. You guys are going to be sent to juvie, and you're going to have to pay for everything that you guys done. Basically, I'm not sure if I've said this yet, but Shawn basically got arrested because of grand theft. He was stealing things. He was illegally selling things that he would steal to make money. His parents had no idea any of this was happening inside of his house. He never really got into like drugs or anything like that, but it's just more of like electronics, like iPhones, tablets, iPads, things like that. Things that he would steal off of people at school and then sell them to make money. And he would use the money to buy like new cars and motorcycles and things like that. Why aren't you in school? Oh, you're an adult. I knew there was another adult here. I have to age you down. He must have just aged up. Whoops, I'll age him down. But you can just hang out for today, I guess. So, at this point, the guys have already had their fight, and it's pretty much up to Gerardo if he wants to tell their caseworkers or their social workers, or whatever they are, about it. He kind of has that decision. Does he want to give the guys another chance, or does he want to just kind of tell their caseworkers about this, have them sent off to juvie, and just kind of wash its hands of the situation? So this is basically what's been going on for the past couple of months in regards to Shawn's life. He isn't a good person, and it really, really sucks because I really don't want Avery to get hurt. And I find it funny how right Aspen actually was about the situation. So it's very interesting. It's a very different dynamic than something that I've done before. So definitely let me know how you guys are feeling about Shawn's background and him being in a group home. What you guys think of the other guys that are here, especially Jared, considering that Jared's the person that's trying to get Shawn sent to juvie. And it's not good right now. It really isn't good. Why don't you come down here? You're pretty hungry. Go ahead and eat your fruit salad. It's 11 o'clock. You're hungry too. Where's your food? There it is. Go ahead and grab some. What quality is this, Dorwell? It looks like poop from a distance. It looks really nasty. I don't know. Oh, okay. It doesn't actually look that bad. I guess he did okay. I made him make fruit salad. That way he didn't burn the house down, because I'm pretty sure he has like no cooking skill whatsoever, which is totally fine. All right. Are you done? Shawn's latest costume. Just let them do it. Performance loss small. Of course. Yeah, none of them are really doing that great in school. I mean, let's be honest. They're probably not very worried about doing homework and things. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. I just want to speed until the guys get home. So basically, Shawn doesn't speak to his family. They've kind of cut him off, I guess you could say, or like he's been disowned from his family. He really has no physical connections with them. They don't call, they don't write, they don't visit, they don't do anything. He's just completely out of the family. So in reality, he's on his own, all on his own, and he really just needs to either figure out if he wants to get his life together in order to not save Avery, but to keep Avery, or if he wants to go back to the life of crime that he had and potentially lose everything. So it's kind of a big deal what's kind of going on with this, guys. And I'm not saying that Shawn is always going to be a bad guy, but I'm not saying that he's going to be a good guy either, if that makes any sense. Like, he could easily go back to his life of stealing, and who knows, he could even be stealing from Avery later on down the road. So it's really, really hard to tell how that's going to be. Alright, these guys should be home any second. Beautiful. Oh, are we getting a phone call? We are. Oh, the principal's calling. Lovely. He's still super angry. He's having an awful day. Probably just wants to blow off some steam. Jared, Shawn, Lorenzo. My principal called to say that my performance is a bit shaky. If I'm not careful, I could drop a grade. I was told to focus on my school goals, keep a good mood at school, and make it on time every day. Yeah, that's a lot easier. I mean, it's a lot harder than it sounds. So basically, now you guys know about Shawn, and now you guys know that maybe he can't be trusted. Maybe he isn't what's best for Avery, and I guess maybe Aspen was right. So I'm going to go ahead and end this part here, guys. I know it was a whole bunch of me talking and not a whole bunch of gameplay, but I really just wanted to explain this really in depth so that it made sense to you guys and kind of fit into the story. So please give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave your comments and suggestions down below. Let me know what you guys think about Shawn and what you think Avery should do. Just remember that Avery doesn't know about this, and Shawn doesn't know about Avery not having her parents necessarily, and that she's on her own. So there's a big gap between, I guess, communication with those two. So who knows, maybe something could happen down the road later on, but it's kind of hard to tell right now. So leave your comments down below, subscribe if you are new, and I will speak to you all next time. Bye, guys.